Welcome to Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas. My name is Doug and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to work on a delicious recipe. It's some roasted cherry tomatoes mixed with some pasta and Italian seasoning. You're going to love it. Plus we're going to add some cheese to it too. Stay tuned. Okay, so the kind of pasta we're making with this is penne pasta, and penne pasta takes around 11 minutes to cook. So you want to get your pasta pot back there, and you're going to heat up some water, make sure it comes to a boil, and then you'll add your pasta, cook it for around 11-12 minutes, and stir it every now and then during that 11 or 12 minutes with a pasta spoon, and you'll cook up your pasta first. Then what you're gonna do is you got your tomatoes here. So I got my cherry tomatoes. So we're gonna rinse our cherry tomatoes first. Let me do that. And while you are preparing your cherry tomatoes, make sure that you preheat your oven to 400 degrees because we're going to roast these 400 degrees for around 15 minutes. All right, so I have a bowl here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my cherry tomatoes. Now, you don't have to slice these. In fact, it's better if you don't, because when they roast, and then it'll have that burst of flavor once they open up. Another thing that you're going to need is extra virgin olive oil. So I have my olive oil here. Now, we're going to be adding around, I'd say about a fourth of a cup of extra virgin olive oil to our cherry tomatoes, maybe just a little bit more. And we're gonna add minced garlic. We're adding some yummy minced garlic, probably about a teaspoon or so, maybe a little bit more. And then Italian seasoning. And basically I'm just going to coat the top. So maybe about a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. And we're also going to add some garlic powder to the top. Just a light sprinkling, because you already have that minced garlic. We're gonna add freshly cracked black pepper. Probably about half a teaspoon to a teaspoon. And then we're gonna add some salt. Probably about half a teaspoon to a teaspoon. The salt and pepper is really to taste. And you want to just stir that. Now I'm also adding some freshly chopped parsley, approximately a teaspoon, and approximately a teaspoon of fresh basil, chopped. I love the way basil smells. So you mix all this up. Very simple, nothing hard. Our water is boiling. Let me add my pasta. Next, you're going to get a roasting pan, and I have some parchment paper here, and I just kind of cut it to size. And what we're going to do with the cherry tomatoes is we're going to put it on the parchment paper. It's just going to make easy cleanup. But you want to make sure you spread your cherry tomatoes, spread it out on the roasting pan. And then, like I said, we're going to put it in the oven, 400-degree oven, and roast it for probably around 15 minutes. You want to get that extra olive oil mixture. Smells so good. Yum. Excellent. So I'm going to put this in my oven and let it roast around 15 minutes. Okay, so I chopped up an onion, and this is probably around close to a half a cup of onion that you want to chop up real finely. It's approximately a half a cup. All right, so make sure you have, and that could be white onion or yellow onion. Then we have our Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. I love saying Parmigiano Reggiano. And it's one of my favorite cheeses. We're gonna grate our cheese up. Now, how much cheese are we gonna do? We're gonna do approximately 1/4 of a cup of the Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. And maybe we'll add a little bit more later for a topping. But for our sauce, we want to put 1/4 of a cup of the cheese. We're going to be doing a butter and olive oil sauce. It's going to be tossed with our pasta. Yum. All right, that looks good. And then I have my garlic and herb Bellavitano cheese. Now this cheese I discovered recently and I love it. It is so creamy. It's so flavorful. And I bought this at Target. So if you see it at Target, you might want to pick it up. It's so delicious. And this cheese is gonna just, it's gonna make it so yummy. So it's very crumbly, so I'm going to do my best to try to grate it. But what you could do is just crumble it up very, very small. It'll melt in with the sauce, so don't worry about if it's very crumbly. And once again, that's about a 1/4 of a cup of that cheese. Just do your best with the grating. It will melt and it'll all be, I gotta take a bite. Oh my, that cheese, oh my gosh, you gotta taste that cheese. Okay, so my pasta has around a couple more minutes to go. We're gonna start on our sauce. Now, we're gonna be using approximately 3-4 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil plus a half a stick or 4 tablespoons of butter. So we're gonna mix those two together. And then we're going to add our garlic, of course, to it. And we're going to add our onions. We're going to first cook up our onions. And our onions are going to be around 5 minutes. And then we'll add our garlic, and that'll be an additional 1 minute. And then once that is cooked up, then we'll add the cheeses and all the yummy herbs. And it's going to taste so good. It's going to be very flavorful. Can't wait for you to try it. Okay, so I'm heating up my skillet. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And I'm gonna also add my 4 tablespoons or half stick of butter. That's unsalted butter. So you just want to combine those two and melt that butter. This is on a low to medium flame, probably more towards medium. And our pasta has about 2 more minutes. Okay, you can see our butter is almost finished melting. There's a little bit more to go. And now we're going to add our onions. Remember, that's approximately a half cup of onion. We're going to cook that up for around 5 minutes, just in the butter and the olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. Okay, so our onions are done, and I'm gonna add my garlic. That's around 5 garlic toes that I'm adding. I'm just gonna mix that in. We're gonna cook that together on a very low flame now for around a minute. You don't want to burn your garlic. So I'm gonna mix that into the sauce, that buttery sauce. Now you want to make sure all that pasta is coated with that butter and that extra virgin olive oil. Then we're going to add our seasonings, salt and pepper. Now you know I love a lot of pepper, so I'm adding a little extra pepper, but probably about a teaspoon of pepper for you should be good. Adding about a teaspoon of salt. Give that a nice stir. Adding some red pepper flakes. Now be careful with the red pepper flakes because it could be too spicy. This has like these things so hardly anything comes out. I don't want to open the other part right here. So I like doing it like this. So a few shakes for me, depending how much you like red pepper flakes. Give that a nice stir. And then we're going to add chopped parsley. This is approximately a tablespoon. And probably about a little bit more than a teaspoon of basil. Adding a few shakes of Italian seasoning. So probably about a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. But you can see those colors already, how pretty. Give that a nice stir. Mix that well together. And then we're going to add our cheeses. So first I'm going to add that delicious, yummy Bella Vitano cheese. Remember, if yours didn't grate so well because it doesn't grate that well, don't worry about it. It'll blend right into it. It's going to give it such awesome flavor. And we can put up our heat now to about a medium, by the way. And I'm going to add the Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. Yum. This looks and smells so good. My mouth is watering. I don't know about yours, but yum. My cherry tomatoes are almost done. I'm going to be adding them, the roasted cherry tomatoes, to this dish. We want to make sure all that cheese is nicely melted first. Looking good. And look at our cherry tomatoes. They look so good. We're going to be adding that to the pasta. Add along with the oil, our roasted tomatoes. Oh my gosh, they look so good and they smell so good. Oh my gosh. Now this dish does not have a name. It's a dish I made up. So I'm calling it Doug's Roasted Cherry Tomatoes. And you just, with a slotted spoon, you just want to stir that gently so you don't break them up too much. and give that a nice stir. And look how pretty it looks. My gosh, it looks so good. I'm gonna get a few slices of that cheese and just sprinkle it on there. Just like that, a little extra cheese there. Top it with a little extra Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. How beautiful. What a beautiful dish. And finish it off with just a nice coating of parsley on top. And it is done. How beautiful and easy was that? Okay, and now for a taste test. I cannot wait. Look at it. It looks so beautiful and it smells fantastic. I cannot wait for a bite. Get some of that roasted tomato. Oh my gosh. That is delicious. I hope you try my recipe. Doug's roasted tomatoes and pasta. You cannot go wrong. Super easy to make, super delicious. Thank you so much for joining us today on Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas. Remember, if you want that homey vibe, you need to subscribe, and please give this video a like. Until next time, my friends, happy healthy living. Bye-bye.